opening statement, I'll go straight to questions.
Hi everybody. Obviously very satisfying win. This is a very good team out there, and as you see, the result we came right down to the end. But I think in the last 2 minutes, I think our experience just, it showed. And I thought we just did a much better job of executing what we wanted to do, and made it harder for them to get wide open looks. So very happy to be moving on and getting into a 5-game series.
Sandy, just when you look at what Diana continues to do in these elimination games, I mean, what do you see, and what is it that she sees, you think, that allows her to make the right play? It seems like at every inflection.
Well, I mean, she amazes me really every single day to be able to do what she continues to do at such a high level. At her age is amazing, and when we need her to score, she scores. When we need her to, get us into our sets, make the appropriate play, she does it. And in that fourth quarter, I'm not even sure she took a shot. So it shows a lot about her competitiveness. She'll do whatever it takes to win. And I don't know if I've seen anyone with the will to win bigger than what hers is. I mean, obviously she's so critical for our success. And, what were her numbers in the end? I mean, she scores 27 points. You have no words for Diana. And look, it just shows too, locked in defensively, and she gets the rebound over, Jonquil right in a key moment of our game. I mean, she wanted to win.
Just a quick follow-up. Is this the best she's ever been now?
What I know, since I've been coaching, I think it's the best that she's been played, has ever played. And it's more about her consistency. You know what I mean? This year, I don't think she's had a bad game. She had food poisoning one game. She still came out and scored 4 points before we had to push her out. And she came in one day after and played Connecticut. Obviously hadn't had anything in her stomach and has 28 points. That's just unheard of. And she got herself ready to play. If you look at her body, she takes care of it. And I think that's what a lot of the younger players can look up to. It doesn't matter about your age. If you want to continue to play at a high level, take care of your body and do all the little things, you can keep doing what she does. But she's on another planet though. That's why she's called the GOAT.
Coach, you talk about Brittney and what she did offensively in that second half and defensively as well.
Yeah, look, she was big for us. I thought, in the first half we didn't get her the ball enough. She wasn't being aggressive enough. That second half, we made an emphasis of let's get her the ball, BG, and let's go to work. She's capable. I keep reminding her, I said, the only person that can stop you is you. So she has to have that mentality. And she did that. She's been great for us all season long. It's great habits. Obviously, we do play a lot of 4-on-1 with Diana at the 4 now, and it opens up for her. And she just made finishing plays. But look, down the other end defensively, she changed a lot of shots tonight, and she's been doing that. It helps. Woohoo, BG, there she is. And it helps because she's changing shots. We're in there, we're being active, and she's taking care of the rest of it. This is pretty awesome.
Coach, you had your big three, but your other scorers, Calvin and January, both came up big with you, big 2-pointers in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they did. Look, they're there. They just have such great chemistry now, and obviously they're there for defense first and shooting open threes, and just giving us the competitive spirit that we need. And Steph had an air ball before she made that 3. So it shows a lot about her growth too. So I was really proud of her. She made a few mistakes on the defensive end, but she stuck with it. And she was ready to shoot. And that's what we keep saying, because obviously Diana and BG and DB get a lot of attention, but they're going to be open and they have to be ready to shoot. And Bree made a really big 3 too. So at a critical moment. So it's, we trust them. And, we want them to keep playing their games and continue doing what we're doing.
You had 19 and 27 in the second half. What adjustments were made that didn't take over?
DB came to me in the locker room at halftime, and she told me to stop being passive. She kind of got on me, and it just kind of hit me. And I did what she said. I just started being more aggressive. And I think that's how I got that. It's my teammates encouraging me and getting on me to just go a little bit harder.
Any more for Sandy?
I know you just won, but you play Seattle next. Just the thought of what that match is going to be against Seattle.
Well, it's going to be a tough matchup. Seattle, #1 team in the league. They've been playing at a very high level. Breon Stewart's had a fantastic season, but just like our team, they have a really strong five and a good bench that can come in and give them valuable minutes. But we haven't played Seattle with the lineup that we have. So look, we'll just get ready to play. We know it's a 5-game series, and our focus is on that first game. And they still have to guard us the way that we're playing, even though they're a handful on the offensive end as well.
Sandy, just when I spoke to Diana before the game, she said that you guys are in the same position you were in last year, but that you guys, between DB with Brittney and with Diana playing at such a high level, are a significantly better team. Do you see it that way, and does this team feel to you more like championship team runs that you had?
Definitely. Obviously it would have been nice to have Sancho Little. You have to forget we lost a real key player for us, and in July was a tough struggle for us. We didn't win too many games, but we made the adjustment moving Diana to the 4, and since then it just all came together. And the big three have been great, but we talked about it. Our bench has to give us contribution as well. But we're capable of beating anyone. But you can lose to anyone too in this league. But I think we're playing at such a high level. We'll go into Seattle being a confident team. This is one of the best teams that I've coached in Phoenix. Obviously, the championship team was fantastic, but I think we got the right pieces together. And now we just got to go out and just compete for 40 minutes in a 5-game series.
Thanks, Eddie.
Thank you, guys.
We get Diana out there as well.
Question for Brittney. With this result, Diana is now 13-0 as a pro, 35-1 dating back to her UConn days. I want to ask you first, that's in single elimination playoff scenarios. So she's 35-1, Diana is since college in single elimination playoff scenarios. What do you think it is about her and her style and her leadership that makes her so consistent in these games?
She never takes the playoffs. She never takes possession off in practice, prep room. If it's just shoot around, she's going hard every moment she's on the court, and I think that just kind of trickles down and to everybody on the team. And I think we look to her a lot. Obviously, she's won at every level and been through it all. When you have your top player that goes hard like that, it just makes the whole team better.
Diana, follow-up for you, 13-0 now as a pro in single elimination playoff games. How do you explain that?
If I had to answer, I'd gladly tell you. A lot of it is luck. A lot of it is having great teammates. You don't do it alone. And in this sport, you always have to rely on your teammates, your coaches. I think we relish these moments where it's really up to you if you want to keep playing. It's up to you. It's up to the group. Do you want to come back tomorrow and go to Seattle and play the best team in the league? And there was a moment there where, we could easily have said, we're good, we've had our good moments this season. Let's go back to Phoenix, get ready for USA basketball, get ready for the overseas trip. You get to make that decision, and I've been lucky to have great teammates.
You talk about Seattle. We obviously know a lot of the players you're playing against, Sue against part of it. What does it mean to advance and have a chance to get on there?
Yeah, I talked about Seattle a little bit earlier. They've hands down been the best team in the league, the most consistent. Stewie's playing at an incredible level. Jewel, Sue's playing amazing. I think this year what sets them apart is, Natasha Howard's playing great. Obviously, Jewel coming off the bench. Alicia Clark's having a great year. They have a lot of weapons that have consistently been playing well. And, it's going to be a tough challenge. It's always hard when you play the best team in the league, and obviously they're well rested and they're fine-tuning things, and hopefully we can use momentum of playing these last 2 games and kind of seeing things that work and don't work. But, it doesn't get any easier.
Diana, you talked about your relationship with your teammates, but throughout the game, it seems like you go out of your way to make sure there's a connection. You're picking up DB off the floor.
Yeah.
You're making sure you're making eye contact with her. Before the start of the fourth, you went and made sure you were in contact with everyone on the bench. How much are you doing? How much is that a part of what you think keeps your teams together in these games?
You know, I think it's huge. I think that's something that I really learned at an early age, is to be a good teammate. You know, you can't always control if you play great, if you're making shots, but if you can be a good teammate, you can stay connected, which I think BG did so great in the first half, where, you know, things were hard and couldn't get great position, but, you know, she came to halftime and regrouped, and I think we all kind of regrouped together, and we stayed on the same page. And, you know, you can easily, as a team, dismantle, and, you know, it just goes all out the window, but we find a way to stay together in those hard moments. You know, I think today when Courtney hit that and 1-3, I think there was a moment all there where we looked at each other like, this is over. And then we kind of got back to, you know, one possession at a time. So I think it's something that's rubbed off on everyone.
A few more.
Just another moment from the game. You're challenging John Paul Jones to grab that rebound. What are you seeing in that play, and how significant is that? Not just in terms of getting possession, but just what it does as an emotional swing for the team.
Yeah, I think it was a big play. It's probably the only rebound I got all night, so it's huge. It's a huge play. But, you know, there's little moments in the games that swing momentum, and, you know, that was a big moment. You know, it was me, but there's always certain little moments in games that can turn the tide, and I think that was one of them. And you know, there was BG's block. I mean, there's so many little moments that gives you energy when you necessarily don't have it. And you might be a little bit mentally fatigued or physically fatigued, and those are big plays.
All right, last one, right?
BG, Diana just mentioned the block. I think the first time they tried the reverse, they got a layup on it, and I think they blocked the next 3 of them. That block in the fourth quarter, about 2 minutes left, where you got it, where they tried to go reverse and you just threw it away. How big is that momentum-wise to get that and keep the run you had going?
I mean, it's big. Got the block, scored, got the ball back. Gave us some more energy coming down the court. Gave me more energy to run down the court. And then those type of plays just does everything. I mean, like I said, when Dee got that rebound, I mean, I think she jumped out of that 40-year-old body. And, you know, it was 23 in the area.
Hey!
But I mean, those are the type of little things that just gets us going. So.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Cool.